Fuck off.
Joel Rubin better bet in the next CC Food Labs.
The next CC Food Labs. How many food labs do you think there are, my dude?
Who was that man you were talking to over there?
I don't know. He came up to me and asked me if I was okay, and I said yeah.
No,
Maybe
don't
he's
speak
one of
to
the
weird
gang
men on the
members
street.
from the south side, because that's what they do. They just drive up to you and they're like, hey, are you okay? It's like, yeah.
That's kind of what I did to you when we first met. Remember, Zelda?
If you're not busy, can I
Yeah, and then you ran me over with your car.
Yeah, that was
Okay,
good.
all
And you're like,
right.
oh,
Yeah.
you're
Good
okay.
time.
Now
Okay,
you can
hold
say you're
on.
not
No,
okay.
it's all metaphors. Mr.
Nice
Plum.
memories.
You got hit with a
And
car.
then he ran me
No,
over
it's like-
another
All right,
time.
come inside.
He
Alright.
chased me down with his car. And he ran me over.
It's better if you stand on that block.
Dispatch 601, show me 1038 southbound, Elgin, black and coloured, Vigor
Oh,
Road.
God.
You know how it'd be like that sometimes?
Yeah, yeah.
Like
it do
when
be
you
like
fall
that.
into a pit of lava and it's like,
What are you crying about?
your attitude.
Alright.
It's really bringing us down.
Wow.
That's right. You can see we're upset, Zelda.
Yeah.
Okay, I guess I can go then.
No.
Zelda!
No, oh, no, 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 come on, let's
Get back here
all
right
come
now,
inside.
miss.
Hey. Let's be a little bit encouraging.
She has a discipline issue, Miss Plum. I'm sorry.
Right, but you know, negative energy is gonna just, you know, create more negative energy.
I had
Okay,
some
where we-
negative
where we
energy when I
going?
was in the fucking hospital getting burn treatments. That was some pretty negative
What?
energy.
Yeah, it was negative energy.
All right, everybody,
What?
pick a chair, whatever fits. I mean, there's
There's
another
a lot of
one over
there's a
there.
lot of weird
a
chairs
room.
over here. What?
Yeah,
Chairs are-
it's
they all look uncomfortable.
well.
I mean, this one's a patio chair over here.
right.
Actually,
Everyone-
that's wicked chairs, are patio chairs.
Oh, this one's a
Yeah.
patio chair as well. I kind of want to. I fuck with the patio
There's
chair.
there's more of
need
a
a- I
professional
need a
setting
good
over
back
there if you
support.
choose. I mean,
I need
There's
something
a-
with good back support due to back issues. So
Okay.
I mean-
probably this white one over here.
Zelda, why are you
Yeah,
on the
yeah.
floor?
Yeah, this-
You know
She can-
why?
Zelda.
she can
Don't
be on
try
the
to-
floor. Let's. This is okay.
We're
guys.
trying to bed train her.
At home, my dads don't let me sit at the table, and they don't let me sit in chairs.
Don't listen to her, please. She has her own room stuffed with toys and filled with love. She's making this whole thing up about us
Or my
not feeding
dad
her.
puts his
All right.
ashtray in there because he hopes I choke at night.
All right, everybody. Hi, welcome to my house. We're gonna keep all of this at a minimum. Do not interrupt someone who's talking. If you do not have the floor, keep your mouth shut.
All right, sorry, one
All
second.
right?
309-46-10-7 for therapy.
Yeah. I'm
Good
gonna
luck,
have to alter
309.
the therapy because
Have fun.
this is gonna be a little different than what you think it's gonna be. All right. Everybody gets to have their say, and you're not gonna speak over one another. So everybody's got a shot here. Whether it's you believe that they're saying the truth or not, keep your mouth shut. Everybody has a say here, okay? So who wants to start?
I'm sorry. Are you technically the chief of therapy, or is it more like a lieutenant position that you're?
There's no lieutenant or chief. There's no.
Oh, so like an undersheriff kind of thing.
No.
More of like
Let's
a
just say
sergeant?
I'm the only person
Sergeant?
that has dedicated my goddamn life to be doing this, even when there was no position. When
Oh,
there
she's a
was
corporal.
nothing.
That's corporal.
Yeah,
talk.
corporal. Yeah,
So-
definitely a corporal vibe.
Oh my god. All right, who wants to start? Nobody wants to start. All right,
I
You know
can't because
what?
I'm grounded.
Yeah, she's grounded.
you're not
Yeah,
grounded
she's
here,
not
so
started.
she gets to speak first.
Miss, with all due respect, I think you're undermining our punishment.
You are
here, which
undermining our. Yeah, that is
You're
not fair.
undermining
at all.
my therapy. So, do you know how this therapy works? No. She has the floor.
Well,
She
do you have
gets
a
to speak first.
list of SOPs we could take a look over?
There are no SOPs. The SOPs, if you need them, are everything I say goes and shut the fuck up.
Oh, she's
All
task
right.
force.
Dad, can I have one of these?
Afterwards. You can
Okay.
have one afterwards. All right. So, what's go
You
ahead and
have
tell me.
cupcakes at home. You're not.
Oh fuck, dude! I fucking can't. I'm
Tell
sorry.
me what's going on with you.
Oh fuck.
Um,
Oh.
Well,
Why do
Okay.
you think they're fighting?
they work a lot. And
Person task force.
my
Yeah,
dad
we're
Brandon
roast the
had to stay a
DOJ. We roast the
bunch of nights at
BCSO,
work.
LSPD. Everybody
and he said
gets
he
their
wasn't
turn.
gonna be home for a couple of days. And then my dad Bobby is never around. Like at all. I don't know where he goes.
That's
Okay.
a good question. Why don't you tell her where we go, honey? Where you go, huh?
Shut up,
'Cause
Dan.
I'd
I'm
love
talking.
to know.
You'll have your turn. I'll let you discuss what she's talking about in a minute. Let her finish. All right, continue.
And I was just really hoping that for this Christmas, with our first Christmas together and our family, that we'd be able to spend it together, but they're just never around.
How does that make you feel when they're not around?
I want to smash my Bratz dolls.
To make you angry because they're not
Yeah.
around?
Yeah. It makes me feel like, why do I even show up for dinner? I'm eating by myself anyway.
All right. All right. Let's focus on that. Do you hear what she's saying, guys?
I was kind of looking at the muffins on the table there for a little bit.
Of course you will, because that's all you can fucking think about. Food.
Well, I didn't eat
I've
breakfast
been
today,
eating
did I?
spaghetti from Denny's for the past
Whose
3
fault
weeks.
is that?
I haven't ate any spaghetti from Denny's in any weeks, young lady.
I have.
I've been on
'cause
a
of
new
the only
strict
number
diet.
you left on the fridge.
It's not true. I cooked you some nice meals and left them in the fridge, unless Bobby over here decided to eat them up as well.
Wait, which ones
That's
are we
not
talking
the
about?
Fridge, that's a cupboard.
I'm sorry. What? I think I can you repeat the question?
Your daughter's being neglected. Why are you neglecting her?
How Please define neglected, because she literally has everything.
Accept your attention.
Well, no, she doesn't have that.
And that's all she wants, is your attention.
That's not true.
And your presence. She just said it!
Yeah, but
And you
she
don't
she
listen.
says stuff a lot as well.
Mm-hmm.
See,
And you don't listen, so... Is this the problem that you're having with him, is he doesn't listen?
That's exactly the issue.
Alright, we're getting to the source of the problem.
Wait,
here.
excuse.
This is
Wait, I'm
good.
sorry. I'm the source of the problem.
Mhm.
How in God's
You're
name
not-
am I the source of the problem? First of all, the reason that I'm neglecting, quote unquote, my daughter is because, you know, I'm trying to be a good guy. I'm
a
trying
good
to
guy
yeah, I'm trying to
by...
keep the city
what?
safe, and
My dad's a
Right.
hero.
He's
This-
a hero, but
this
you
last
also
week-
have another responsibility.
this last week was a lot. We had a murderer that was supposed to have a trial, or at least a just trial, and I spent a long time working on that in Sandy, so I wasn't around. I was in my office in Sandy Shores for several weeks. Oh, and
Right.
also he's their godfather, so
Wait, who's her godfather?
the murderer. So I think that's kind of put a
I
toll
had
on
to
our.
spend an extraordinary amount of time working on an impact statement saying he wouldn't get the death penalty.
Right, and I, was in academy with a guy that he killed, and so I spent a lot of time trying to put him away for life and possibly give him the death penalty.
And he went away for life, and I made sure he didn't die.
Yeah, my husband made
Because I knew
sure
that
that
would
all
break
my
our
work
daughter.
was undermined on the account
It's
of that.
absolutely not. He still went to prison for life. He just didn't die.
Which, from
Would
the sounds of
another
it,
death breaking
he's
our
enjoying
daughter's heart
prison.
Fix it.
I don't know what he's saying. He's yelling at this
I
point.
spend
Did
every
you not-
chance I get with our daughter, and you just choose to neglect her.
What do
was
I do
there
that
for
neglects her? What are you talking about?
You're never around. You're always like at some nightclub or busy working in the office, and you accuse me of cheating. How do I know you're not cheating? I found you signed up to a dating website.
Is this true?
He's totally spinning this out of context, first of all. And multiple people told me that he was sleeping with his secretary. The dating website thing, I will admit, is my
gay!
fault. I thought the dating website was like a friend circle thing, and I was informed earlier today that it is, in fact, a dating website, so I do apologize for that. I don't know why he's pretending like we didn't have a conversation about this earlier today.
Maybe it still upsets him and you've broken his trust, so that's why he's bringing it up.
Well, he's damn well broken my trust. Feel like at some point probably should have said, "Hey, by the way, honey, I'm planning on letting the cop killer go free. Planning on him just, I don't know, sleeping in jail for a few days."
Maybe if you were around, I would have been able to tell you something. Because apparently
act like- you act like my cell phone doesn't exist.
Isn't enough for you to want to actually.
I don't
like,
care
you know,
about the
be
mansion,
with your
Raven.
daughter and me.
I don't care about the mansion.
What do
You
you
bring
care
the
about?
mansion.
What do you care about?
I mean, I care about my family. I obviously care about my husband. I care about my daughter.
You got a funny way of showing it, you know that?
I will say the past few months have been very stressful, but it's not normally like this. I don't know what's going on.
How about this? Why don't you take everything that's happened in the past and just push it aside? And you start from right now, moving forward. After we leave here, you hear out everybody what they want from this family, and see if we can work towards that. Is that good? Can we leave all the accusations, all the past behavior behind, and go forward? You willing to do that?
I don't know.
Do you want this family
You don't know.
you want this family to stay together? Do you want this family to function?
I want us to
You wanna
function,
give-
but we have to compromise. We have to find the middle ground for
Exactly.
stuff, and I don't feel like we found a middle ground for this thing that happened between my
This
husband
is
and
this is what we're gonna work on right now.
I just love to hear his side of things, because lately he's just been yelling at me and calling me a bad father, so I'd love to hear what his thoughts whether a godfather is, for example. Because that's an
Harvey's
interesting...
a really good dad. He got me drugs from PD once. And they were for free. Because they were criminal drugs and now they are mine.
Okay, honey, let's
Okay, let's not talk about
not
that,
talk
honey.
about that.
Okay.
We don't need to go
Sorry.
into depth about
They
it.
weren't drugs. They
Okay.
were placebo.
Okay.
They were.
I take
yeah,
the drugs because
ibuprofen.
of the long-lasting life pain that I have from him running over me with a car.
Okay, anyway,
Okay,
can
we
we
don't
get
need
back?
to- we
Can we
don't
get
need
back
to talk
to
about
my
that.
husband and I's situation?
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
we'll let's put that
Can I have a
aside. We'll
cupcake
come
now?
back to it. Yeah, you know what? You can have a cupcake.
Okay.
Well, I don't know where to start, but Bobby and I, we were very happy originally. I love him. I think I still do love him, but I just don't know if he feels the same way. He's always away from home. He's saying that he's like at a nightclub or something like that. Oh, but his phone just didn't send the message. He's never around with our daughter. I mean, he didn't even know she had a job until I told him during one of our latest arguments. I've worked very hard to be able to give him the lifestyle he has with, a mansion in the hills, a expensive vehicle in the form of an Audi, and like pretty much live hassle-free for the rest of his life. and he still just, you know, essentially like ghosts me, just doesn't show up. He always gets frustrated when we talk in public about things. I'll be saying something about, you know, maybe something we did on our last summer vacation or something like that, and then he'll be like, "Oh, really?" You know, and then he'll sort of be pouty and not go along with it. Sometimes like talking to a brick wall. He can set a bad example for our daughter. He always tries to undermine my authority.
Maybe
when
therapy
I
wasn't
tell
a
her
good
something.
decision.
He'll always go around me and be like, no, you can do that. He taught her how to smoke and now refuses to quit or help me get her to quit. You know, I'm the chief. I get it. My job is already really stressful, but he's always out here pulling how stressed his job is. He's only a lieutenant for the sheriff's office. His workload is like what my secretary does.
Ex-lieutenant.
Ex-lieutenant now, yeah.
All right.
So
I didn't know the chief of police was so busy. I thought that was more like a, a statutory position. Doesn't mean a whole lot. You don't do a whole lot, but you can say you're the chief of police. Anyway.
I see my daughter nearly daily. I always call her, always text her. When was the last time you texted or called her, Bobby? I'd love to know. You probably can't remember because it's not like you're ever actually in the city. You're always off doing something.
Right, let's stop here. Let's go back to when you first two met. What was the thing that attracted you to each other?
His position within the department.
Oh yeah, Dad, get that shit.
I thought it was hot.
Mm-hmm.
He was like a detective or something back when he used to actually put criminals away. I thought that was noble.
All right, and you?
He was a blonde twink who was also gay.
Okay. See, he likes the material stuff a lot. Like he talks about the mansion. He talks about the Audi. He talks about me being the trophy husband.
And you don't like it.
I just don't think that's what's important.
What is important? Tell him right now.
I don't know,
Look at him
integrity.
and tell him.
You know, doing the right thing.
Right is subjective.
What is
For me, the right thing was to get Denzel off the death penalty because it would break Zelda's heart. Do you think that's the wrong thing?
Yes.
My heart broken.
I think it would be a temporary pain, but one would be getting a killer off the
I'll never
street,
get over it.
and two, our daughter wouldn't be hanging out with a
Did you
cop
hear
killer.
that? She just said she would never get over it. Do you want to sit there and watch her go through that sort of pain where she gets depressed, you know? She
Okay,
like dyes
Raven,
her hair
you were
black,
a teenager once
starts just
too,
hanging
and
out
you
in her
thought your
room.
life was over when your boyfriend broke up with you, so don't give me this shit about...
That's a hell of a lot different than someone like a family member dying.
that seems to be the issue here. Did you not hear what
15
she said?
months.
It would break
For
her
the
heart.
love I love you and hope
Denzel
you
was
had
there
a good
for me
week,
when
Alex.
neither of you would be.
Alex Hart.
Honey.
Denzel was there for her.
Honey,
when
Denzel
you weren't.
killed the police officer in cold blood. I watched him do it. I was there. We
Maybe
should
you
not
were
be
the
having...
allergic
Oh,
to the
they were
cops.
engaged in a firefight. One that I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly, Diaz started.
I don't think you should talk about that. Because you obviously have a bias for Diaz to begin with. You never liked the damn kid, and now he's fucking
No,
dead,
you're damn
and you
right.
can't
He
stop
was a
talking
pain in
about
my
him.
fucking side. I wish. Yeah.
Here we go. The chief of police is glad one of the officers used to work under
That's
him
not
is
what I
dead.
said. I never
Here
said
we have
I'm
it,
glad.
folks.
It's a fucking. It's tragic that a cop died, but do I care about Diaz personally? No. Professionally, I have respect for the officer. Absolutely.
Yeah, so you show respect by, I don't know, talking badly
Oh,
of
that's
him
really
and how he
honest
was an
of you.
awful cop.
I've never talked badly about him in public. I never would.
Okay. I don't know. What do you think, ma'am? Do you think that our daughter, should be associated with some guy that, killed the cop? You think I'm being a bad husband by trying to prevent that from happening?
Well, I mean, she seems to be attached to him, and she said it. He was there when you guys went around. He made a mistake.
You've never liked Denzel, Bobby. You know that? I remember you wanted to cut him off as Godfather. And so what? Your big plan was to get him killed? You're gonna publicly execute him so that then he couldn't be a Godfather? Was that your plan?
Let's not accuse. That's
I agree. She is attached, but those Charles Manson kids were attached to him as well.
What the fuck,
Yeah,
Dad?
that's a bit extreme.
I'm just saying.
Why? Just because we live in one of his old houses, you have to bring up Charles Manson?
Wait, that's one of his old houses?
Yeah, that's the Cheryl Tate house, Dad.
What?
Yeah, that's where everyone died.
Why do you think we got such a good deal on it?
Yeah.
Yeah, Charles Manson was
Why do you think I invite all my friends over all the time? Because it's cool.
Charles Manson is a different case.
Can you see where I'd have an issue with my husband buying the Charles Manson house, and I just now find out about it in therapy?
Well, I don't know. Maybe if we're around a little more, we probably could have talked about it.
All right, I'm around. I'm getting really tired of you saying the same shit.
Well, I mean, if you're not around for them to
It
have
hurts when it's true.
discussions,
He could always come to my fucking office in Sandy Shores and come visit it, but he thinks that place is a shithole. So,
is that a possibility? You could go up there and visit him?
yeah, is it?
Right, but that would mean I have to drop whatever I'm doing, whether it be at work or with Zelda at home.
I
And
like
it's
it out
already
there
hard
because
to
I get to blow
balance
stuff
that.
up.
It almost feels like I'm a goddamn single father at this point.
Well, I mean, are you willing to, like I said, there's a temporary thing that we can try, something different. If you're willing to maybe once in a while drop everything that you're doing, go see him.
But why can't he do the same to see me?
Because it'll end up in a cycle of, a never-ending cycle, and why can't he? Why can't he? Someone has to budge, and someone who is strong and willing to compromise, who is capable to make that first step.
I mean, I recently, I forewent my position despite my husband clearly shitting on it. I did do a lot of work, and now that I'm not
I
doing
didn't
as
mean
much
it
work,
like that.
he's a lieutenant. What could he possibly be doing? But now that I don't have as many responsibilities, I would imagine I would be around more. It's just like I said, this 1 month was a little extreme, and all of a sudden all hell breaks loose.
Right, but in this 1 month, you also accused me of cheating. You flipped your shit when I said I don't think Denzel should have died. It's been ridiculous. I've been stressed out trying to run the department by myself since the assistant chief retired.
You're downplaying it so much. We could have a conversation about Denzel not dying. It's different that you specifically told me that you went out of your way to make sure he didn't, before even talking to me about it.
Right, but why didn't you talk to me that you were trying to get him killed? You knew his relation to the family.
I don't know. Did you look
He's
at the
our
report?
daughter's
Did you see that I put
godfather.
the entire report together? Literally weeks of
Well-
talking to officers, getting...
End result, he is in prison.
Yeah, it's not enough.
Well,
Because an officer's in the ground.
right. But that's the judicial system, and
It is when the chief of police is, trying to skew the judicial system in his favor.
Yeah, because I was the only one who stood up there. I was the only one who went out of my
You
way
weren't
to do
even
that.
there.
How about your own Deputy Tucker?
What about Deputy Tucker?
He stood up. He fucking stood up for Denzel as well.
Tucker stood up for...
What about Snow? Snow stood up for Denzel as well.
Yeah, but Snow's
So why do you just hate me?
Snow's neutral evil.
Yeah, and I'm chaotic evil.
No. You're my
What
husband.
do I get to be?
I don't know. You can... You're
Actually, probably chaotic neutral.
yeah, maybe
Now that I
you're
think
maybe
about
you're...
What the fuck?
Yeah, Zelda's probably chaotic evil. I'd be chaotic
fuck?
neutral.
well, I mean, you didn't you just like blow up a helicopter or something?
Oh, I
Correct.
Oh, she stole it off of our.
stole one.
It stole it.
Yeah, she stole it.
So
Yeah.
it's kind of yeah. Anyway,
Be your own
So-
daughter sometimes, you know.
all right. So this seems to be this whole last month is the cause of all of these problems, right? You have opposing ideas on Denzel and how he should have been dealt with.
Dead.
Right. But
Yeah, and then our daughter dead inside. Good
Dead
one, Bobby.
Zell.
Smart
is-
thinking.
is
And then
this more
dead
important?
Zelda.
Dead Zell.
Is this more
Dead Zell
important?
Williams.
Apparently, it's more important than your family. So you're gonna focus on that instead of accepting.
Because a
what
guy like him
happens
off the
and
street
move
keeps
forward.
my family safe.
Right, he's
How
off
do
the
you
street.
think
But
I
it tears
did
us
so?
apart. How do you think she would have felt if she found out you're the one who got him killed? Huh?
I
You
don't
think
know.
she ever would have
I-
spoken
I'm,
to you
I'm
again?
sure you would have went out of your way to tell her. Because it sounds like you go out of your way to, I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, that's exactly what I would have done.
Wow. All right. So you're focusing on this, right? This Denzel is more important than your family staying together.
It's
than,
the-
than your
it's
No,
the
it's
bigger
not. That's
picture.
my point. This is why I keep trying to tell him he needs to put himself in Zelda's shoes and how she would have felt
Right.
if she found out about the stuff.
I
about
took that
Denzel,
into
and
account, Raven.
That's why I did what I did for her.
You made a
To make
decision.
sure she was okay.
You made a
because I
moral
love my
decision based
daughter.
off how our teenage daughter feels.
I'm not
A decision that
teenager.
impacts, multiple people, not just our daughter. The city,
And we're
Diaz's
20 years old.
friends, police department, everybody.
Right.
Sorry, Zelda. What were you saying?
I said that I'm not a teenager.
Wait, how old are you?
I'm over 20.
The fuck?
She's saying she has a fake ID.
She has a
She's
fake
17.
ID. She's
I'm an adult.
because it would be weird otherwise.
Yeah, I have some friends, and they work with the CIA, and so we had fake documents. Stuff.
Mhm.
Yeah. Anyway,
Yeah, he has a lot of friends.
I have a
right.
boyfriend.
Yeah, she has
You
a
have a
boyfriend.
boyfriend.
Tell him about your boyfriend.
Yeah.
honey.
yeah.
Yeah, we'll focus on me for a little bit instead. You guys need a breather.
Yeah, they do.
Can I smoke in here?
Yes, please.
Thank you.
Yep. Go ahead.
And I'm the one that's peer pressuring her with the whole smoking thing. Gave me
Yeah, my
shit about
boyfriend
quitting.
Yeah, but
the
I've always
greatest-
smoked. You knew I smoked when we
And,
first got together.
daughter's talking about her
his
boyfriend right
stepdad
now.
is the one that introduced us together,
Mm-hmm.
and we went on a few dates, and it was a lot of fun. And he has a group of friends that are also really fun and nice.
All right.
Yep.
Your dads approve of him?
Yeah, they say that to my face.
Do you guys approve of him?
No, absolutely not. But she needs to learn through her own mistakes.
What the fuck, Dad?
There's no point trying to tell her not to do something because she's only going to want it more. Which is saying that Bobby has issues understanding.
Sis didn't do anything wrong.
Honey, his stepfather is a convicted terrorist.
No, but he's the one who introduced us.
Wait, what?
And we're in love.
Wait, who introduced you to him?
His stepdad?
His stepdad. Which one's his
You
stepdad
know
again?
Maximilian Thoroughbred, the convicted terrorist,
He's
leader
a
of the
musician.
gnomes?
He's a musician.
Honey, he shot down your husband, your father and I on multiple occasions.
Yeah, he actually shot me point blank in the chest with a shotgun one time in the South Side.
I didn't know about that.
Yeah. So he's a terrorist, honey. I'm not sure why you knew him. But I
Well,
can't imagine his dad would be any better than him.
well, I was
Wasn't AK?
told
Ah, whatever.
that he approached me because Sis wanted to talk to me, but he was too shy. And so his stepdad came over and was like, "Hey, the guy over there seems really cute." And I was like, "Wow, what kind of pussy can't come over here and say that himself?" And his stepdad was like, "He's just very sensitive." I was like, "Okay." And I told him like, "Well, he can come over and say it." And he's like, "Well, can you go on a date with him?" And I'm like, "Well, I don't give out hand jobs." And he's like,
As
"Okay."
you shouldn't.
Yeah.
And no hand job for you, young lady.
And
No hand
then-
jobs.
Don't let your father teach you, because Jesus Christ, are they
All right, Raven.
I don't give
You
out.
don't need to crank it
No,
like
no,
you're
no,
churning
She's
butter.
talking. All right. Yep.
I don't.
Yep.
I don't give out hand jobs. I don't.
That's right, we don't give out hand jobs.
Sis and I fist bump and we high five and we've held hands twice. We used to pinky promise. But we're kind of past that now.
All right. All right. Have you talked with your fathers about this stuff? Is this the first time they're hearing this?
No, I've told them that we only fist bump and
I
high
know.
five, but they thought it was an innuendo for something else.
Yeah, I mean, we've heard about this before.
Okay. All right.
The other
But,
cops
but I
told
think
them
she knew
because
him
they're all
before.
snitches.
Anyway.
Yeah.
All right. All right.
I mean,
you guys
I'm not too. No, I'm not too happy about it, especially given that I think his associates may have been possibly involved in Diaz's murder, because they were also there.
Right.
It's ironic.
Well, I mean,
Yeah, it's a weird coincidence.
It is a weird coincidence.
Yeah, it's weird.
all right.
Thank God none of them died.
All right.
Yeah,
So,
thank God.
is there anything else that needs to be put out on the table here that you think the others need to know?
These are confidential, right? Like you can't.
Yes, I cannot.
Like-
I will not be speaking of this to anybody. This is.
But like, if someone admitted to a crime, you couldn't then prosecute, like use that information to go to the police with, correct?
No, this is the thing. Past crimes don't. I mean, you can't. It's past the statute of limitations. If somebody
Okay.
tells me that they're gonna kill somebody or themselves, then I report it.
Yeah, of course.
Right.
Okay, I don't know what else I can do. I first met Bobby and that. We went on dates and it was all cute. And then I dressed up in a mask with an LMG and kidnapped him and took him down to the docks, said we were going to sacrifice him to a river god. And then I proposed to him.
Mm-hmm.
We got married without a hitch. I started embezzling millions of dollars using state funds, bought a house in the hills, an expensive car, made a home for our daughter, which, I didn't really have much say in the adoption. She was just adopted, and I love her with all my heart, so that's not a negative thing. But I feel like I've done everything I can to provide for this family as much as possible.
It'd be really sick if there was an
And try to
investigative
be around
journalist
as much as possible. So I don't know
that
how
was trying to,
I'm
like,
always coming
track down the money.
from the wrong to him. It's like
I'm wondering how
speaking
that
to a
would play
brick
out
wall,
in RP.
But then the brick wall has a graffiti sprayed on
Okay.
it, and that's the only thing that I get back is the
Right.
same phrase.
So what I'm hearing is you first talking about the material aspect of providing for this family.
Yes.
And I think that's what he's trying to get you to understand, that doesn't matter. You seem to be focused on the material. And then you have shut him out because that's all you seem to think that he's focused on. And that's where the disconnect is happening. Yes?
Well, I always knew that he was super superficial.
It happens. It's not a big deal. We can
Yeah, I
work
mean,
around this.
I married the guy. I mean,
Superficial, Jesus Christ.
he drives
It's
it.
not
He
just
brings
about
that
your
nice
looks.
car to the department. He's like, check out my car, that he bought with the state funds. But you know, that
It's
obviously.
not just superficial. I mean, sure, your looks get me past, you know, the constant droning about your goddamn sister and how, you know, you need to find the killers and stuff.
Oh yeah,
but
you know what's
it's not
funny?
like you've ever put in actual detective work in your life. I've been trying to get you to be a detective since you joined the department.
I'm not gonna fucking.
You can't help yourself, and I think that's half the issue.
Well, thank you for telling me how you feel. You know, actually, speaking of Denzel, he also brings up my dead sister a lot. He constantly
do
asks
that?
her how she's doing and if she's still dead. So that's my relationship
Why-
with him.
Why
So thank you
would-
for the reminder, Raven.
Why?
'Cause he's a fucking psychopath that murders people.
Okay. Were you aware of this? That
No, I wasn't aware because he never speaks
No,
to
he
me.
probably was aware, but I was too busy droning on about my sister being dead,
No.
as he put it.
No, because the
Glad to
issue
know
is,
that.
Bobby,
Glad to know
I've
that's how
given
you feel
all the
about it. By the
tools
way,
to be able
I
to
will
help
never. I will
yourself.
never bring it up again to you.
I knew what Denzel was the entire
That's not
time.
what I meant, Bobby, and you
Okay,
know
that's
it. My
nice,
point
honey.
is,
Yeah.
you can't help yourself, and I've done everything I can to help you, but now it's up to you to help your goddamn self for once. What more can I do?
I'm not asking you to do anything, but just hear me out. The fact that you think I'm droning on, how do you think that makes me feel? Now that I know how you truly think about it when I bring her up.
How does it
I'm not
make
asking you
me
to do
feel?
anything
How do you
for
think
me.
it makes me feel when I give you all the tools? You could have, you know, been out there solving it on the streets as a detective to solve it, and then all I get back from you, to me and Copper,
What, in
is
Texas? You want me to
"No,
fucking
that
go down to
sounds like
Texas? You've been
detective
complaining about
work."
me having like all this away time. You want me to go to fucking Texas and solve a murder from fucking almost 15, 20 years ago, Raven?
If it means it's gonna make you happy again, yes, because I just
No,
want
just
you to
just
be
talking to
yourself
you about it
again.
makes me happy. I'm not trying to fucking be the next CIA goddamn Jason Bourne out here with fucking magnifying glass that you give me from your
Does it
office.
really make you happy though, or does it just make you like release some of the pity to hope that I'll feel bad for you?
I didn't realize you were also giving the therapy session there, Raven.
One time Denzel and I showed up at my dad's house when they were buying it, and we tried to kill clowns.
Oh,
With a
rightfully
knife.
So. Yeah, clowns
Yeah,
are
they were there,
scary.
and my dad's had their hands in the air, and I jumped over the side of a ledge,
Yeah,
and
we
I was
were-
like, "Get your fucking hands up!" I didn't actually say anything. I don't usually say anything when I stab people.
Yeah, there was
But I
a
stabbed them. I
was a
stabbed
clown.
Denzel
It was a
too, and I
clown
stabbed
thing.
my
It was
dad.
for his
Yeah,
anniversary.
here we go.
I
Here's
heard.
here's another great point of Bobby's misguided, nice adventures, I guess, where he thinks he's always trying to do a nice thing. He hired a bunch of clowns.
I hired
to
some
mug
clowns.
us.
Not to mug
They
us.
mugged us.
I didn't.
I was going to shoot them, and he made me lower my weapon, and then they pulled out guns and started mugging us. And if Denzel and Zelda didn't show up, we'd probably be dead in Charles Manson's backyard.
Well, you know, clowns are supposed to be, you know, jovial, and they sounded.
They were. They
I
just. They had.
saved them.
Maybe. They sound kind of sound like assholes.
They were
but-
fine. There was a misunderstanding. Raven pointed a gun at them. My daughter stabbed them. Then they left. It wasn't like a. Wasn't really a thing. And God forbid I
well,
tried
He
to
took
hire
my
some
money.
clowns.
He took like $4,000 off me.
Okay, well I paid them 10 grand. So what?
What?
Wow. All right.
Anyway, it was an
Nice job,
anniversary
Dad.
gift.
Hell yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, you know, whatever. Clowns. Clowns are bad. in
Anyway,
general.
my
Don't talk
point
about
is, I just, I feel like if Bobby could help himself instead of
I have to go pee-pee.
pouting, it'd help a
All right.
lot.
It's over there. You can...
Okay.
You want Dad to help?
No.
Alright.
Are you sure? Because you had the accident the other day. It's not gonna happen again.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
I think she's okay.
We-
She'll be alright.
She started.
I don't have accidents.
She has accidents.
She started
Sleep-
urinating in the
sleepwalks.
bed. Yeah.
Sleepwalks, and I think she she like pees on
Yeah,
stuff
she
when she's
thinks-
sleepwalking.
Well-
Yeah.
Yeah. the
Yeah, so
sleepwalking,
we
maybe
had
it's
to-
because of your fighting and you're causing stress to your daughter.
We had to get a pull up diapers, and she hates wearing them. But, you know.
Well, you guys need to fix what's going on here because you're gonna turn her into a psycho stalking killing machine if this continues.
Well, Corporal, how do you suppose we do that?
Well, getting everything out is perfect. You guys are learning about each other right now, right? Things that are being said. I mean, some of it is harsh. It needs to be said. Now we need to move forward, and this is where you two have to focus and be open. At least give it a week. Like I said, put everything in the past behind you, move forward. Remember when you guys first were together? When you, those first few weeks or days or...
I was so naive.
Naive?
No,
You ran me for a
don't.
fool. You
Don't.
started by saying you were like, bye, and then all of a sudden, you notice my position, my fancy pins on my collar, and, straight away, flat out gay.
He brought me down to the beach for a patrol together, and he was wearing a bathing suit. And that was part of our professional first shift together.
Was there booty on duty?
And you loved every bit of it, didn't you?
I was swept off my feet,
remember-
but you can see where his
remember-
eyes are on the
remember me
prize,
walking
so to
away?
speak. Yeah, I know. You
Alright.
did the whole bending
You
over
had a
thing. and-
great view when I walked away there.
Do you
Hey,
guys
I knew
still
you
do
were
that?
looking.
Do you still do that to him? Do you still,
No, not since the marriage, because he hasn't been around.
No, when did we do the construction thing inside of Mission Row when we dressed like skimpy construction workers who were pretending to fix up the
that-
lobby and a bunch of
was that
officers were trying to
before or
sign
after
in, but
the
we were
marriage?
blocking their way with how uncomfortable we were making everybody?
I think that was all. Oh yeah, that was probably like just after we'd gotten married.
Okay. Oh, and then
So-
we spit roasted Riggs.
Oh yeah, we prolamped Zanus.
Yeah.
Do you see the stuff that's when you guys are talking about this? How calm and you guys are working together and everything's fine. You're not yelling at one another.
Yeah, because we're talking about sex, though.
Exactly.
I mean, beyond that, I don't know how much we have.
Well, let's get back to what got you two together.
Do you want us to have sex
see
right
how that
here?
goes.
Do you think that would work?
No. That's,
Oh.
That's nope. Man,
I mean, we still have sex. We just haven't in a little while. Zelda, why don't you go ahead and tell Miss Plum what you hear?
You know.
I hear a lot of yelling. And I hear traffic outside. And
No. Like what you hear, when Daddy and I, we're doing some renovations downstairs in the home gym.
Oh, that's about the
Oh.
soundproofing thing we need to do.
my dad likes to say to my other dad how good he is at sucking paint off of things.
Okay. When did you hear that?
That was last week.
Yeah, that would have been the last one
Last
we did it, I think, Raven.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we because we had that fight and then we, and we hate fuck.
Sometimes one of my dads acts like a horse.
Hmm.
Okay. That's yep.
Which one of us
Horseplay?
is that, huh?
I think you guys take turns or something.
Which one of us is the horse, Raven?
Well, Raven's the one that actually, neighs like a horse. And Bobby is the one that just flat out says, nay, nay.
All right. I mean,
Yeah, that would be me. I'm the horse, I guess. Sorry.
okay. All right. So let's.
Yeah, we
let's
really got
focus-
into it when that new
Yeah, I
Red
was-
Dead Redemption game
I
came
didn't
out.
even tell you about
Yep.
how they like to wear my clothes when they do it too. It's weird.
What?
Ugh,
We can't. What are you talking about?
We
Zelda?
hold on.
We can't fit into your clothes. You're 100 pounds. What are you
hello?
talking about?
You know, that's what I'm thinking. Like, why would you even try that?
All right, I want to. I want to hear
this.
this.
A year has passed and another
Yeah, why
year
don't you
will
elaborate,
go.
Zelda?
The future is bright, don't forget to know.
What more do you want to hear?
Are there specific items that they try to put on? Some specific articles of clothing that they
Yes.
try to. What is
One
it?
of them likes to wear my all black murder dress. which I don't really appreciate very much.
Which one of us is that?
I don't know.
Thank God.
Yeah, no, listen, sometimes I like to switch. I am very much the top in
But why
most of
my
our
dress, Dad? I use that
relationships.
for work.
I bought you a new one. It was the
Okay.
old one, and it was
This
starting to get
says it
tattered
likes me in
anyway.
that dress. That's
Okay,
not
okay,
very
good.
good.
Bullshit. Go buy your own dresses.
Okay, fine.
Stop
We'll,
using your daughter.
It's just
We'll buy our own
sometimes it's
dresses.
the only thing available, okay?
Go
It was
shopping.
right there. We were in the laundry. It was sitting right there.
it was one time.
Self-control.
It was one
Don't
time,
use
Corporal.
One time.
One
I
time.
stretched it out. It was ruined anyway, and I had
Yes.
to buy her a new one.
Dad, it only takes one time.
All right. We solved that issue. It was only one time.
I didn't know it was an issue,
Just let
honestly.
it-
I
Yep. Well, she
personally.
brought it up, so it's an issue.
Honey, do you want to tell us that you were uncomfortable with us wearing your black dress?
I would if you guys were actually around.
That's
And
true.
there we go. So, what have we learned? That you're not around for your daughter. And what happens when you're not around for your daughter? She steals helicopters and blows them up.
Well, we blew up the helicopter. She just stole it.
Stole it.
Well,
All right,
she indirectly
I didn't
caused
blow
the
anything
explosion.
up. No. How? I wasn't flying the helicopter. I was driving a car.
We were in a high-speed pursuit with her after
were
she
going
stole the
40 miles
helicopter and
an hour
was
because
fleeing
I
from
was
police.
afraid of the dirt. And there was a stop sign, and I was stopping for
We
this.
pretty much sent the entire military after, and we ended up crashing.
I stopped.
Yeah,
at the stop
I was
sign,
on the
and
phone
he
to
flew
my
into a
friend
pole.
at the National Guard.
All because she's neglected. Yeah, that's what I'm getting.
I thought maybe
Well, how are we
they'd
supposed to
say
know that she's
something to
neglected
me
if we
for a
don't talk to
change.
her?
Well,
Exactly.
you should start talking
It's not
to
my
her more
fault that I
often.
didn't know.
I'm surprised you guys even noticed that the helicopter was gone.
Well, the helicopter costs a lot of money, honey, and we're responsible for it.
Yeah, that I had it checked out on my account.
So you're not responsible for me?
I am. Why do you think we were? You know why we were over there arguing in the first place? It's because we bought you a Lotus for Christmas, but it turns out you already had that car, and so we had to return it.
You impounded the only car I had.
We impounded. You told me you had 3 more.
I was lying because I'm so sad.
We didn't have a choice but to impound that car because you stole a police helicopter. You
I
had to face
didn't. I
some
was
sort of
kidnapped in
punishment.
one.
You weren't kidnapped, honey.
Kidnapped?
You weren't kidnapped.
Yes.
Don't say you were kidnapped.
Oh,
I fell
She
into the
wasn't
helicopter
kidnapped.
And it took off. I didn't understand what was going
She's
on.
saying the inanimate object, the helicopter, kidnapped her.
I watched her walk over to it. She got in it. She would have had to hotwire it and then fly off in it.
You noticed that, Dad? That you was paying more attention to me than whatever it is you guys are talking about? Good conversation, you two. Nice work.
mm-hmm.
Damn it, this is what I mean by the emotional
Listen.
warfare.
This is. Listen, sometimes I just sort of tune Bobby out because he's just going on and on and on, and he. When I met him, his voice was intoxicating. I loved it, but now it's this monotone, just dragging
you used to sound
on. And...
different.
No, I sound mostly the same.
No, Dad. Dad sound different.
Oh, which one?
Yeah.
I sound different?
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry. You know, I recently found out that Zelda's been emptying my toothpaste every morning before I brush my teeth. And she's been doing it consistently for weeks. And so I would, wake up and I don't have toothpaste. I have to go out get new toothpaste. And the next morning she'd empty it again. And I caught her doing it on camera not too long ago.
What?
This, among many other things, is how
What?
she emotionally tortures myself. And I'm sure she does it to my husband, too.
She, one of my favorite things is pizza rolls. I always
Yeah,
keep
tell
a
her
box
them
in
about the pizza
freezer.
rolls.
I always
don't
keep a
wanna
box
talk
in the
about the
freezer.
pizza rolls.
Tell them
And
about the
I just
pizza
always
rolls.
keep it full. I specifically say, honey, if you want pizza rolls, ask, and you can have some, or I will get you your own. Every day I come home, the whole box is empty. And I know it's not Bobby because he's never home.
Nope.
So it's Zelda. Every day. And usually the worst part, there'll be a good half of them just sitting in the trash. So she cooks them up and then just throws half of them out, and God knows what she does with the others. Probably frozen
Probably
into
where the
traffic or
toothpaste
something.
No,
is.
that's because Fred comes over because we're playing the GameCube.
Which one's Fred?
Not Sis.
Oh, that's fine. You don't invite Mr. Thomas over, right?
No, I would never invite Mr. Thomas over.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I do not want.
I
Julio
definitely
in
don't
my
want
house
him
ever.
at our house.
All right.
And
What,
then, like,
what-
she'll do things like she'll say she's gonna trek into the woods. Okay, so the ex-assistant, well, the acting assistant chief of police became a witch in the woods and boils people alive in copper pots and then eats them to stay young and beautiful. And there's cackling, and she knows not to attract my daughter. I specifically asked her for that. But Zelda will go out of her way to try and find Copper Yaga, just because she knows that it will cause conflict between me and Bobby.
Oh, what the fuck?
well, I mean, a woman needs to preserve her youth in this society, so I mean, you know.
I support Copper Yaga fully. I understand completely, but it's a very mutual.
I have mixed
understanding that
thoughts
she-
on Copper
I
Yaga.
think we should stop talking about Copper.
Because, no, I'm talking about Copper Yaga,
It feels
sweetheart.
really, it
Oh,
feels very awkward.
Copper's a very important part of our family.
No,
She-
Copper
she
Yaga
lives through all
is
of it.
something we've discussed very intimately, but
What the fuck?
not intimately like intimacy,
Not,
but
not
like,
like that. Like
yeah, not like
in
that.
depth. Because
Yes, in depth.
you know when one of your best friends becomes a witch and is operating in the forest outside your house trying to attract young females to boil alive and eat to stay young and beautiful, you sort of have to set up those before.
Alex, this is
And
And
not
Zelda,
virgins.
knowing the warnings, everything, will go out of her way to still try to do it. She does these weird little mind games. She'll outside of our house, we don't have any neighbors. Okay, it's a beautiful place, a beautiful plot of land.
Yeah,
it's
it's
one
not
Kimball
just women,
Drive.
it's virgins, and this city
Okay,
happens
virgins.
to have a
I'm
lot of
sorry.
them.
I know. I'm sorry, honey.
True.
But
We,
she'll
we
do
don't have
things-
neighbors, but I do want to say that we're across the street from the park rangers facility, and that really
Yeah,
fucking
it
brings me down whenever I drive
Yeah,
out of the
it is
driveway.
rough.
So
It is really bad seeing that every day. It lowered the land value
Yeah,
a
it's
bunch
awful.
as well as,
It's
the house
awful.
being Charles Manson's. But anyway, she'll do things like she'll go into the little plot of like foresty land we have next to the house, and she'll just hide there. As we're frantically searching for her, screaming her name, and then she'll walk out and be like, "What's wrong?" Like she'll climb back into her window and be back in
with
her
the
room and be
knife,
like,
with
"I've
the
been here
knife
the whole
though,
time."
the fucking
With the
bloody
knife.
knife.
What?
Is this true? Is that?
I keep a knife on me because this city is very dangerous.
Yeah, it is. It's very dangerous.
I got followed by a guy with a helmet one time and I knifed him in the park.
Oh wow. Helmet people are scary.
Yes, they are.
Yeah,
And like
I
she
was-
does things.
Was that
like,
one of the guys that we asked to watch over her by chance?
Ooh.
Oh shit!
Do you
That-
screen?
I actually
people?
never got it. I never got a call back.
You
from
never
that
got
guy.
it. Okay.
No, I presumed he just like, finished the job and skipped town or something.
Shit.
Mhm.
Oh, fuck.
Okay.
Anyway,
You
but
guys
like
follow through.
another thing, she's done with Bobby, and she does it to Bobby, but he's very susceptible to it. He's very easily manipulated. And
I am.
She'll do things like one we were just talking about earlier. Is she hides the TV remote, right? And then she'll ask Bobby for the TV remote, and then he'll spend 2 hours looking around the damn house, and then she'll put it somewhere really obvious.
Well, what she'll do is she'll put on. It was why I grounded her from the TV. She'll put on her favorite show and then hide the remote. And then when I sit down and there's a commercial and I want to watch the game, I can't find the damn thing. Then when she's done watching her
Right.
show, then she'll be like, "Oh look, Dad, it was on the coffee table the whole time." I'm fucking stupid and didn't check it 100 times.
I do it
That's
so
a-
he'll spend time with me and pay
Yeah.
attention
She'll
to
do
me.
stuff
That's,
like she'll
that's a
take
cry
my
for attention.
she'll
Do
take
you
my
not
bucket of
recognize
No, I think
hydrochloric
it's a-
acid out from under the sink and spill it over the floor on purpose. Do you know how hard it is to get hydrochloric acid out of floorboards?
that? Yes.
There was a
it's
stain on the
bitch.
floor and I was trying to clean it off.
Yeah.
It's stuff like that. She'll empty all my whiskey out and just fill it with water, and then she'll put some dirt in it so it still looks like whiskey.
Yeah, but you still drink it.
Because it takes me a while to realize.
Okay.
Yeah, honey,
These are cries for attention.
your
She
husband,
wants
or
you to-
my husband, Jesus Christ, your husband, God forbid. My husband, your father's taste buds are pretty much all shot from just years of excessive drinking, so he can't taste the dirt in.
I thought
in
it
the
was from the years of sucking paint off the walls.
I mean that'll do it too. Yeah. So I mean these are cries for attention. Maybe she turns on the TV for her favorite show and hides the remote so you'll watch her show with her.
Well, Live
Right,
Leak?
but
That's all she wants.
She'll do things like she's been. This is a new trend. She's been calling me and my husband Boomer. She keeps
Yes.
saying, "Okay,
Oh my
Boomer,
God,
whatever,
yes.
Boomer."
Oh my god.
I don't know what Boomer means. She won't tell us what Boomer means, and I don't know how I'm meant to feel about that. Is she insulting us? Like, what does it mean? It's disrespectful.
Go ahead, tell him what it means.
These damn millennials coming up with all these terms just to get under our
Oh my
skin.
god.
You wanna
It means
tell
you
him what it
ruin
means?
everything, Dad.
You okay there?
That ruin everything.
Yeah.
Honey, you went and you did that whole thing where you were all pouty, and so you got all your Bratz dolls and you went and you threw them down the south side, and so I sent your father out to go collect them, and we got your favorite ones back. How was
I was
that
giving them
ruining
a new
anything?
home. I was just giving them a new home.
Stop bringing your
Don't
Bratz
say-
dolls to the south side, Zelda.
Why?
Because,
We
you
paid a
know,
lot of money for them.
yes.
Yeah, well, no one down there wants them, that's for sure.
Alright.
You're
You know how
using
stupid
them
I
for
look when I
target
fucking drive
practice.
down the south side and I say, oh, have you guys do you have any Bratz dolls down here? To a bunch of fucking... Jesus Christ.
Bratz dolls. Okay. Okay, so
I
think
don't
we-
even like them.
She doesn't like her Bratz dolls.
What do you mean?
What,
you don't
what are you
like
talking about? You don't like your...
You
She
love
doesn't-
what?
She doesn't like them.
Since when?
Miss Pixie, have you ever been in a situation where something is forced upon you and there's nothing you can do about it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's
It's,
kind of that.
Yeah. I think
It's
that's
like
a,
my entire life.
Okay.
it's a
Why have
powerful
we spent
game.
over $8,000 on
Very
Bratz dolls
powerful.
for you then? If you're just gonna
Very
throw them out.
powerful.
The Bratz dolls are so powerful.
Yeah, just like the
They're
dress
very
that
powerful.
Raven had to wear and the horse noises I make. That is a...
That's nothing compared to the Bratz dolls.
Oh, yeah, God forbid you have a fucking Bratz doll collection and we have to drive down the south side and try to find from people you sold it to.
Alright. How about we donate the Bratz dolls to some local children's hospital?
I don't have an issue with the
Be done
Bratz
them.
dolls,
Alright, they're gone.
but we spent a lot of money on them.
Alright, well, you know what? They're gonna make some other children happy. Look at
Are you
that.
saying we're gonna give the
Investment.
Bratz dolls to the dying kids?
Yes. You're
And then what?
investing in the happiness of dying children.
Well, what are we gonna do with the dolls after? Because like I said, they're expensive.
Well, they're
And
gonna
those kids are gonna die eventually, and it's not gonna be too long.
well, there's gonna be more dying kids, and they're gonna recycle those
Okay.
dolls, and then they'll be vintage. It'll go on for years. They
Isn't that
will-
like unhygienic?
you can wash them.
No, these you can't wash.
No. The Bratz dolls, no way. They have like the hair and stuff. Like absolutely.
Yeah,
not.
you can.
Yeah.
We
One
got-
of them, if
yeah,
you dip their
phosphorescent
hair
paint on
in
them so you
cold
can't
water,
do
it changes color, and if you put it in hot water, it changes color.
And you don't like and you don't like those?
Yeah, how do you
Hello?
not like that?
Because it's not realistic. If I put my hair in hot water, it doesn't change color.
Right, but half that stuff on Live
It's
Leak isn't realistic either.
expectations for women. I'm tired of it.
Yeah, their lips are huge. They freak me out.
This is the first I'm ever hearing of her. not
I,
liking
yeah,
the
I'm,
Bratz
I'm
dolls.
frankly I'm
She's
blown
always
away by
said
this
she
as
adores
well.
them. We have
This
always
is why we
we've
go to
spent
therapy.
we've bought so many of them for her, and she's always
Dad,
oh,
Dad, you're not
thanks,
around long enough for me
Dad."
to explain it to you.
Yeah.
What do you mean? You couldn't
Yeah.
speak to me at any stage. What
No,
about
you're
when
too
we were
busy
at the
hanging out
dam
with
making
your
that man
stupid
jump off,
secretary
huh?
with their dumb fucking hair.
Oh.
Oh, you don't like the
You're hanging out
secretary
with your
either?
I think she has dumb hair.
Who's your secretary?
Miss Juliet Thorne.
Thank
She's
God
my
I'm not the
personal
only one in the family
secretary.
has a problem with the secretary. Jesus Christ. And
Why?
I was,
What's wrong with-
I was trying to
why?
befriend her
She's
today
staying
because
in
I
the
thought I'd
house
forever
and
have to
helps
see
me.
her.
She checks our mail for anthrax. You guys know how much of an issue anthrax is? It is a big epidemic
Raven, who
right
the fuck
now.
sends us mail?
I get packages
No, who? From who?
from like, you know, tax agencies and like the water bill and stuff. And, you know, Metzger's a Mormon. He started sort of like putting in little waivers regarding religion stuff in our
Maybe you
mailbox.
should
Sort of
switch to
pissing me off.
paperless, you know, more digital, saving the planet,
Yeah.
maybe. Do you want to do that?
don't
Avoid
know.
the anthrax.
I don't know about all that now. That's removing jobs
Just- when's-
from the U.S.
like,
economy. Are you a
Anthrax? Is this
communist?
the fucking 90s or something? Like, who's sending
It's
anthrax?
an
to them?
issue. It is
What
a
it-
serious issue.
When's the last time you heard of anyone getting anthrax sent to them? It
Listen,
was like someone from the White
we-
House like 3 years ago.
yeah.
It was the Pentagon, I think.
And guess what? I know the president very well, so I'm probably targeted. You know, I promoted
don't
Rocco.
know. You don't know the
I
president.
do.
You
You know,
don't
I
know
was
the president.
I know the president. I
You
was
don't-
in Washington.
I'm not gonna
having dinner
sit
with
here
the
and say
president
you
when I
know the
promoted
president.
Rocco.
You know,
Ask Rocco. When I first promoted Rocco, I
Raven.
was
You
sitting
don't know the
in a
president.
restaurant.
I'm not gonna let.
in
I'm not
Washington.
gonna let you tell
the
people-
president
Dinner
And
with
you
him.
promoted Rocco, but you couldn't even promote Copper to Trooper.
Yeah. Yeah.
Listen,
Explain that.
that because Soze
Mhm.
said that the commissioner said that she needs to wait.
Ooh, the commissioner.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
Yeah, so that's even above, you know, my.
So the president is below the commissioner of the city, is what you're saying.
I'm not gonna ask he's the president. You think I'm gonna be like, hey, I need you to promote this person. I need you to help me promote this person.
So what do you just go out to dinners with the president? By the way, don't
Yeah.
invite me. And then what do you talk about with the
Oh
president?
my, here we go. I told you I was receiving
You don't think I wanna
a
go to the White
medal
House?
for my service in the Middle East, and you were too
Well,
busy
he
to
didn't
be
take
able to
you 'cause
attend
he
with
took his
me.
secretary instead.
What?
took
She
your
wasn't-
You took your
secretary?
No,
secretary to
she
the
wasn't
White
even my
House?
Secretary. I hadn't even hired her. She's been my secretary for like 3 weeks.
So, honey, chew with your mouth closed.
So it was all the
Wh-
problems
when did-
started with the secretary came into play. Is
I've
this what
only
hap-
had
is
that
this-
secretary for 3 weeks.
Well, it sounds
Like,
like
this
3
happened
weeks
months ago.
Yeah. The secretary. Is it the secretary that's causing all these issues?
I think the
Because-
secretary is causing a lot of issues
The
because I was
secretary
told
is
that
one
he
of the
was
best
cheating
things that's
on me
happened
with
to me.
her.
It is
Excuse
made
me?
my life
You.
so
Excuse
much
me?
less stressful.
What'd you say? Say the first part again. Say that fucking first part again.
The secretary is one of the best things that has happened to me because it's making my
All right,
life
yeah,
so
yeah.
much
Now,
less
now say it.
stressful.
Now say it again. The first part.
My secretary is one of the best things that has happened to me.
You son of a bitch.
Oh,
my
what
God,
the
they're
fuck?
doing it
What about
again.
all
Mommy!
the happiness that I provided for you?
Piece of shit!
You gonna take that, Dad? You gonna fucking take that hit?
No, I'm not gonna take this fucking hit.
That's not what I
Hold on, I have to
meant.
type in the AFK timer.
But it's what you said.
Come here.
Shut up.
Oh, what
You
the
like that?
fuck?
That's a good
Mommy!
den for you. Why don't you go tell the secretary about
Oh.
that? Maybe have her clean it up for you.
Fucking
No
no!
fucking yeah.
Oh, I think you broke my
Those
fucking nose, you piece of
Foam
shit.
bats.
Maybe I fixed it for you. It was
Yeah,
always
foam
crooked.
bats.
Cheating bastard.
Oh, fuck
Bring her to the
no.
bring her to the Met Gala
Oh.
next. When you're done bleeding out all over the secretary's,
Oh, my
floor.
fucking nose.
As you're getting
I mean,
secretary
Do you want me to fix it?
care and secretary love and everything that I'm apparently not good enough at providing for you.
Alright, you ready?
Yeah. Oh, holy
oh God, please no.
3,
I think we're gonna file for divorce.
1. If I had a bottle, this is what it would sound like.
shit.
I don't know if you know any lawyers.
Are you
Oh,
sure
fuck.
you don't want to work on this? You don't want to put the,
okay.
the effort into fixing
Not if
this?
there's a secretary involved.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Mommy.
What's more important to you? Your secretary or your husband?
That's not what I meant, and he knows that. He's turning it into
Stop.
this emotional
Nope,
bullshit
guys,
for no
that's
reason.
shit.
I meant purely
Shut
professional.
your face!
Yeah, you tell him.
I swear to God, I asked you a goddamn question. What's more important, your secretary or your husband?
Are we talking relationship or professional?
Not to change
Yeah,
topic or
I'll
anything.
get you a lawyer. I'll get you a lawyer.
Yeah,
What
but
do you mean you'll get him a lawyer for what?
You're not listening. You would.
No, I was
It's
over there
you.
trying to fix my broken fucking nose from
He
getting hit with a
asked
mag
you
light.
3 times. Say that first part again, and you said it so loud and clear.
I was speaking professionally.
You said it.
He knows that. I lost the assistant chief of police. I've been doing double the fucking work. The fucking
Yeah.
sheriff's office command doesn't do anything half the time. I'm running nearly an entire PD by myself now.
It's not true. He's
Of
got
course
Matt
the
scared.
secretary's gonna help me with
Oh, by the way-
so she can
Yeah.
organize all my
Uh,
appointments.
Corporal, we have a position
Okay,
opening
Dad,
up in the
you're
Blaine
kind of
County for
exaggerating.
lieutenant
You're
if
not
you're
running
interested
the
in
PD
it.
by yourself.
Oh, well, yeah.
Zelda, honey, you don't understand how it works. So
You have a
don't-
powerful voice. It
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Yeah.
commands
I-
respect.
Yeah, I used to be an EMS and I had to yell at a lot of people to shut the fuck up so I could do my job. So anyway, all right. So, yeah, I think this is a good start. I mean, everybody needs to just take a breather. There's a lot of emotions that happened. You guys need to think about what you really want out of this family and out of this relationship.
I just don't think it's fair that he was trying to pull that saying
is
it
not
was
about fair.
emotionally when it was
It's-
clearly professionally. I was talking professionally, but we're talking
You-
about professional things, and then he pulls it in emotionally. Of course, he's the best thing that's ever happened to my emotional and actual life.
Oh, all right.
Oh my god, that's
How
so
do you feel
sweet,
about
Dad.
this? How do you feel about this?
Sorry, I wasn't paying attention. What was he saying?
And here we go.
Well, repeat it then.
Repeat it.
I said, of course, you're the best thing that's ever happened to my emotional life, my actual life. You made me feel again, Bobby. I was a broken man before I met you. I had no feelings for anything. You taught me to love again. You taught me how to feel.
Okay, well, whenever you decide to say something more heartfelt, you let me know.
More heartfelt.
You hug him right now. Just do it.
No.
It's a goddamn order.
I need to go back
Do it.
and
This is no. Just zip.
I need
Hug
to go
him
talk
right
to
now. No.
Bodrian Tucker
don't-
about what he said in the Denzel statement.
Zip. I don't care what you have to do. I'm telling you, go hug him.
I have to
right
go do
now.
it.
No. Just hug him right now.
Zelda, honey, go home and pack
Yeah.
your bags, okay?
Okay.
No. What the fuck do you mean, pack your bag?
Miss, let me get your number so I can pay you for this session.
What does that mean? What do you mean?
You know what it means, Raven.
Are you leaving me?
I think we need some time off.
Bobby, don't
A
do
break.
Yeah, what she said, a break.
A break. Just be on a break for temporary. Listen. Don't think of it as long
Or
term.
permanent.
No.
that. Don't leave me in that house alone.
What, your $1 million home up in the hills that you've
Everything.
worked so hard for?
Everything I've done since I met you has been for you. Don't do this.
Well, Raven, it would be nice if you showed it sometimes.
Try.
Why are you
know
touching him? Why
that.
are you touching him
Don't
like
do
that?
this. Don't do this,
What is he?
Bobby.
Why is he stroking my face with his hand?
Yeah, whoever
He's showing
decided on
emotion.
any of this divorce stuff is a heartless piece of shit.
Don't
Yeah.
do this.
Whoever
And
decided
I hope
on it.
when they go to sleep tonight that they get a kink in their neck because they're a dickhead.
That's right.
And this
do
is all
this.
your fault. You did this.
Someone did this, and it's me. I have decided this as the appropriate time to do this right now.
Bobby, please. Don't do it. For Zelda.
It's fine, Raven. You can stay in a hotel or something. Wait, how do I get out? Is it this way? No, we came from that way.
You're trapped. You have to
Wait, is it this way?
work on it before I let
There's actually a really nice office in here, miss.
Oh, thank you.
You could still be professional, Raven, and go back on duty. It doesn't have to be weird.
All right. This is not permanent. This is just a
It's
little bump.
temporary permanent.
No.
You fucking dicks. All the timing of the song.
Alright, is there a good see next week?
So who are you staying with, Zelda? Me or your father?
I'll probably go back to the forums.
You can't go back to the forums.
Well, I got nowhere else to go.
What are you talking about? You get nowhere else to go. I got an apartment up in Blaine County. can stay up there for a bit.
Alright, yeah, we'll get out of your hair.
Hey, you actually.
What?
Hey, Bobby.
Hey, Metzger.
You have an apartment out in Blaine?
Yeah, I got a place up in Blaine County. I think your father needs to learn a valuable lesson about family and all that. Also, sorry I haven't been around more. This
Everybody clear off the vehicle.
this Diaz thing has really messed me up.
It's okay, I understand. My brother Jacob's not around much either.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
wish I could meet Jacob at some point. Would be nice.
Yeah, I like to have that happen too.
Yeah, it's a wholesome family moment.
Shut the fuck up, Mr. Thomas. No one asked
Bro,
you.
you don't know the whole plate of shit that I just had to eat right now.
Let's probably get a car from somewhere. You're gonna be fine? Do you need a ride?
No, you guys impounded my car.
Yeah.
You want a ride, Zelda? We'll give you a ride.
No.
Hey, come here for a sec.
Go walk!
The fuck?
Just watch the cars. What are you doing?
He wasn't even near me.
Broadway's gonna be out traffic down Haywick and Los Santos Freeway. Green and color station wagon occupied times 1.
So what now, huh?
I don't know.
King wants you at 10:50 each hour today.
You don't know? What do you mean you don't know?
I don't know. This is the second family I've had that kind of broke apart.
Well, come on now. Can't be that bad.
Hey, at least one of you guys didn't burn to death.
Well, kind of
Right,
almost
vehicle's
did
taken
back
off
at the
Haywick.
helicopter crash.
Disregard what's on Haywick.
Yeah, that's not my fault.